Hi, and welcome to Experience Points by University XP. On Experience Points, we explore different ways we can learn from games. I'm your host, Dave Ang from Games-Based Learning by University XP. Find out more by going to universityxp.com. In this episode, we'll explore a fundamental yet complex question. What exactly is a game? In this episode, we'll tackle that question head on. We'll explore the philosophies, definitions, and key characteristics that make games so unique. Whether you're a designer, a player, or just someone curious about the deeper meaning of games, this episode is for you. So let's begin with the basics with the question, what is a game? Most accepted definitions include a structured activity or form of play that players voluntarily engage in, often for entertainment or enjoyment. Games typically have goals, roles, and challenges, and they can involve one or more players. But that's just the beginning. Games come in many forms: sports, board games, card games, video games, even mobile games. At their core, they're structured activities where players pursue outcomes while following rules and navigating challenges. One fascinating definition comes from Bernard Suits, who described gameplay as the voluntary attempt to overcome unnecessary obstacles. Think about it. When you play a game, you're choosing to follow its rules, even if those rules make achieving your goal more challenging. It's a choice that defines the magic of play. Throughout history, many thinkers have tried to pin down the essence of games. Let's take a look at a few of their perspectives. Roger Kiwa defined games as fun, uncertain, and governed by rules. Sid Meier, the mind behind many iconic video games, saw games as a series of interesting decisions. Jesse Schell, a game design visionary, described games as problem-solving activities approached with a playful attitude. Whereas Keith Bergen focused on competition, saying games are about making ambiguous yet meaningful decisions. And Tracy Fullerton highlighted structured conflict, noting that games often end with unequal outcomes for players. These definitions emphasize different aspects of games: fun, problem-solving, meaningful choices, and structured competition. Together, they give us a multifaceted view of what games are and why we're drawn to them. So how can we define a game? Let's break it down into 4 distinct characteristics. Games as structures for interaction. Games provide a medium for interaction. Whether that happens between players and the game, or both. Interaction is at the heart of all gameplay. Games are activities of inefficient means. Players must follow the rules, even if those rules create challenges that slow them down. It's this inefficiency that makes games fun and engaging. The ludological agreement. This is the magic circle of play and is when players consent to follow the rules and immerse themselves in the world of the game. Unequal and uncertain outcomes. Games have winners and losers. Players can be victorious or defeated. This uncertainty adds tension and excitement to the player experience. Let's dive deeper into the concept of the magic circle, a term introduced by Johann Huizinga in Homo Ludens. The magic circle is both a metaphorical and sometimes physical boundary that separates the game world from the real world. Within this circle, players agree to follow the rules of the game. Their actions take on new meanings, governed by the constraints and goals of gameplay. But the circle isn't impermeable. For example, real-world actions like negotiating or texting can influence gameplay. Similarly, games like museum exhibits blur the lines between real and imagined worlds, creating unique immersive experiences. Now, let's shift gears. Games aren't just for fun, they're also art forms and powerful tools for learning. In the realm of art, games can challenge players, evoke emotions, and even reflect philosophical ideas. Think of games as expression machines, where every choice and interaction contributes to a larger narrative or message. Applied games, on the other hand, serve specific purposes like education, training, or skill development. Businesses, educators, and even the military use simulations and serious games to recreate scenarios, test strategies, and teach new concepts. Finally, let's talk about evolution. Games are constantly changing, influenced by new technologies, ideas, and player experiences. Take the philosophies we discussed earlier. They show how games can be reimagined over time. Whether it's designing games for pure enjoyment, for storytelling, or for learning, every iteration pushes the boundaries of what a game can be. As Bernard Suits suggested, perhaps every human activity is, in some way, a game, as these are pursuits governed by rules, fueled by goals, and driven by creativity. And there you have it. My exploration of what makes a game. From their definitions and philosophies to their applications and evolution, games are far more than just entertainment. They're a reflection of who we are, what we value, and how we connect with the world. I hope you found this episode useful. If you'd like to learn more, then a great place to start is with my free course on gamification. You can sign up for it at universityxp.com/gamification. You can also get a full transcript of this episode, including links to references in the description or show notes. Thanks for joining me. Again, I'm your host, Dave Eng from Games-Based Learning by University XP. On Experience Points, we explore different ways we can learn from games. If you like this episode, please consider commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Subscribing is absolutely free and ensures that you'll get the next episode of Experience Points delivered directly to you. I'd also love it if you took some time to rate the show. I live to lift others with learning, so if you found this episode useful, consider sharing it with someone who could also benefit. Also, make sure to visit University XP online at universityxp.com. University XP is also on Twitter at university_XP and on Facebook and LinkedIn as University XP. Also, feel free to email me anytime. My email address is dave@universityxp.com. Game on.